Hello guys. Okay. So we are here to do a meeting. So everyone taking breakfast ready?
Yes.
Yes. Sounds so low.
No.
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 Okay.
I'm so excited.
It's okay. I won't provide breakfast. Okay. Okay. Let me start the meeting. Good morning, and I would like to extend a warm welcome to Miss Stanley May, Project Manager, Mr. Albert, our Advertisement Manager, and Mr. Nami, our Architect, and Mr. KY, our Site Engineer, and my Secretary, Mr. Izzat. Okay, so I would like to glance through the previous minutes of meeting. So as we discussed in last previous meeting, the cost of the project was 240 million,
Yes.
right? So okay, and then Perhentian Kecil, the island depends on the diesel generators for electrical power. So they are not using any natural resources to generate the power, means, right? So they still using the diesel. And then fresh water from the springs found in the interior. Okay, is it right?
Yes.
Okay. Then has 20 chalet-like accommodations with building not higher than 2 stories. Really? Got 20 chalet accommodation.
Yeah.
Really? Oh. Okay. So, and the idea suggested by Miss Stanley May is to build a 5-star hotel. Wow. It's objected by Mr. Albert.
So heavy,
Really?
Yes.
Because it affects the environment. Wow.
Yes.
So environment friendly, Albert. Okay. And the cost would exceed the budget. No, can't exceed the budget.
Over budget.
Guys, over budget. Okay.
It is a protected
Then
island.
and what, Mr.
It is a protected island, so can do anything.
So protected island.
Yeah.
How could you suggest like that? Me.
Well, the thing is, I don't know what to say.
I don't know. Okay, you suddenly suggested that point. Okay. So I ended the meeting to ask all you guys to come with new ideas to conduct our project in Pulau Perhentian Kecil to attract tourists. That's the main point, right? Okay.
And also bring profit.
Oh, so profit.
To the
Yeah,
company.
our company is
Yeah.
profit. Okay. So we get on to business and we start the meeting.
Okay.
And I hope you guys have good points, good ideas
Okay.
to increase the revenue of our company's profit.
Yes, we see.
Right? Okay.
Okay.
So
Shall we?
shall we start?
Okay.
I start from yes.
Actually, we are in our second meeting, right?
Yeah.
So
Second
I'm
meeting.
gonna ask about our really current state of Pulau Perhentian.
Oh.
It just is the same or it's nothing? It is a new thing.
I done the research, but I found that Pulau Perhentian is 21 kilometers of the Kuala Besar. Okay.
Yeah.
Then Pulau Perhentian Kecil is more secluded and minimum facility, but Pulau Perhentian Besar is more developed and offer better facility. Okay, so this is all I done my research.
So minimum facilities means the island is not
Not developed yet.
developed yet. So
Yeah.
it's still a big space.
Yes.
There's no facilities for the tourists.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that means Pulau Redang has more tourists attracted because there's more facilities compared to the Pulau Perhentian Kecil.
Yeah,
Is it? So okay.
So,
Okay, that's a-
so the things that we're gonna do project on Pulau Perhentian Kecil, right?
Yeah.
So
So I think
sounds exciting.
good source of information.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nami.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start the meeting.
Okay.
Okay, so I shall start from who? Any suggestions?
My suggestion is recently in the previous meeting you state that Pulau Perhentian Kecil depends on the diesel generator, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what if we upgrade the diesel generator? It will cost 27 million only.
27 millions.
Yes.
27 millions. We got 240 millions totally.
No. To 27,000.
27,000.
Okay.
I mean,
Shocked.
Sorry.
What's the generator used for?
Okay, the generator used for from the villages of the Pulau Perhentian Kecil will need lights. Yeah, they need to see
under
everything.
electricity.
We need power supply. Okay.
Future use.
For future use. Okay. So this diesel generator, I have found that it will use 12,000 watt and 80 liter tank. So it will operate within 70 hours. Okay. So to operate a day, we just need around 200 for the diesel tank. Okay. So
Look for this tank.
yeah, to full.
Basically, I'm really confused right now because we generate the electricity by diesel, right?
Yeah.
So why don't we just build a electrical generator?
Oh.
When
can
we use
use
diesel,
a lot-
it costs lots of money.
So
I think we can do a bit more research about.
I'm confused a bit. Mr. Nami suggesting to build a diesel-based generator or natural, eco-friendly generator.
Diesel base.
Diesel
Diesel
doesn't
base.
We have this generator.
Eco-friendly.
we throw the diesel.
I do not agree with.
Sorry for interrupting.
Okay.
Why don't we just come with the idea of building a turbine?
Yeah,
Wind
turbine or solar panel.
Yeah, I do agree with me. Sounds
It's more
great.
eco-friendly.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we should do more research about it.
Yes, Mr. Aldo.
I suggest that maybe we should take half of what I say and also may say because now Malaysia is not that powerful in the natural alternative energy, so I think we should prepare the backup for that. So we should half use the diesel and we also choose to use the alternative energy.
Oh, so alternative will be the diesel.
Alternative the solar, but the solar
Oh, so you're suggesting that wind turbine
and also the
and solar panel, is it?
also the diesel.
Also the diesel.
Oh.
So I'm confused. So which one is our main source of electricity?
Yeah.
The wind turbine
Now
or the
we are
diesel?
discussing. Okay.
Now we're discussing right now.
Main is I think is diesel because
Diesel.
the solar in Malaysia is not that because we are rainy in the rainy days we couldn't collect any energy.
Yeah.
I thought if rainy day we can use diesel.
Yeah.
So
During the rainy
during
days,
days we blazing hot right
It
now.
will be changing in, so we keep
According to the weather.
As I understand, the wind turbine is not affected by weather, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
So
As long as there's
So
wind
we
source,
take a wind turbine.
I think it's okay
okay,
to generate.
how much will it cost to build a wind turbine, Mr. KY?
I think the Victoria will at least double up the generator Malaysia proposal. How much do you think, sir?
So, what will be the effect to the tourist attraction if we build a wind turbine? What's the connection between the wind turbine and attracting the tourists to the island?
I'm worried about that because I don't think we can make a lot of profit from that.
Wind turbine need more space, right?
Yeah, it
requires
is it,
more space.
is it KY?
Area of this.
If you insist to build a wind turbine, you have to build along the beach because the wind can come from the sea. But
the profit is the main problem. I don't think we can get a lot of profit by providing electricity to the villagers.
Yeah. So I think we put that point aside first, and we go to the others idea first. So Mr. Secretary, jot down the point first, and then finally we see through again lah. Yeah. So what's the next suggestion to attract tourists?
To build any kind of building?
I suggested a review of a water theme park, something like
The theme park. Oh.
something like somewhere in KL. And then I believe that this will be the first water theme park in Terengganu and also in the deep coast. Okay.
So, Mr. Nami,
Yeah.
if Kuala Terengganu people wanted to go to the pulau, how many minutes, how many hours or minutes would we take?
I think it take an hour. Less than an hour.
If
Less
you
than
go-
an hour.
Less than an hour.
Yeah, if you go maybe in 30 minutes.
Yeah. If by speedboat, you can make it in 30 minutes.
Speedboat.
But outsiders, not take the speedboat. Like
Yeah.
you take some ferries
Very visual.
bigger than
So,
the speedboat. So
That's
it's
a good
relaxing.
idea suggested by Mr. KY. Build a theme park in the
Yeah,
middle of the ocean. In
Well, I
the,
will not do.
since we have, you know, water supply, right? We found a springs,
Oh, yeah,
water,
we got
so it
water.
sounds good,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So we not always play in the south beach. Sometimes
So how much
we
is
visit
that?
the
How
water.
much will be the cost?
I think the theme park building need around 150 million.
150
And then,
million.
need at least 1 year to finish it up.
Without that time gap, is it? How many months? Yeah.
I don't think so we can make it in months,
Yeah.
years.
But building the some
5
building.
years.
I think
You know.
for the long term profit, it's worth it for waiting for the 1 year because there are not many water theme parks in Malaysia, and somehow this water theme park can become a tourist hotspot.
Yeah.
They can attract a lot of tourists, local tourists or maybe foreign tourists, especially family. They maybe can enjoy family vacation in the theme park.
In the theme park. So actually, do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Agree. But
So we
I
can
have
do that.
one problem. Is if we build the theme park, we need more space,
Yeah.
right?
I agree with
So
that.
we must take sand from other places, and it's not eco-friendly, right?
Yes.
Like, but it's a good idea, but
But
We have to
the
also-
thing is we also should think about
and
how big the theme park is. You know,
Yeah.
you got Pulau Perhentian Kecil, of course it's small, right? So we have to build the theme park suitable for the island. It's not that big like Sambil Lagoon or
Yeah.
Island.
Alright, excuse me, I have one suggestion here. Like Mr. KY said, he wants to build a water theme park, right? So maybe we can make it closer to the nature, just preserving part of the island, preserve it, and then just do services like
Jungle trekking,
yeah, jungle trekking,
mountain
possible.
climbing.
Yeah,
Okay.
and maybe we can provide, there's one activity for tourists, which is
Recreational
the
area.
banana boat.
okay.
Use the banana boat because,
Wow.
yeah, it sounds more interesting this way.
Yes.
And because in Malaysia I think there's less places that provide the banana boat.
I have from until now I only heard is only provided in Batu Frigi.
Yes.
Batu Frigi.
Kuantan also.
Kuantan.
Kira juga.
Kuala Terengganu.
Belum tak
Really, Mr. Nami?
Yes. I want to do.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Some times.
So the thing is, we cannot use a maximum of Pulau Perhentian. We can build anything we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's the protected island, you know. So because of the big part, we need a big electrical supply.
So, Mr. Secretary, you jot down the Mr. K1's point. I need further details regarding Tan Lim May's idea. So, if we build a canopy walk and jungle trekking things,
Yes.
do we have a forest in the island, the center of the island, to build that all? And we need to get the permission from the authorities, right? Who's the authority in
I think we should refer to the WWF.
I
WWF?
think so.
Yes.
Right.
Right. So,
I think they got authorities in the island, you know.
Yeah.
Once they get the island.
so
So we have to do more research about it.
more research about it. So, K1, how much will be the?
Okay, the amount of budget, I think, will be less than the theme park. I think it will be around 50 to 60 million.
So 50 to 60.
Wow.
If we build the canopy walk, we have to cut the tree.
Yeah.
No, not all, but it's maybe like
Sorry?
a bit of tree will be cut.
I think you really have to add some ladder or stairs up
Yeah.
or the bridge. They'll cost money.
If we have to waste something, we have to cut it down eventually, you know.
Yeah.
But not all, we still taking care of that forest. I mean,
So,
more ethical.
it's not to say it's environmental friendly, but still we have to think about that point.
It's not safe, but it's less safe, right?
Compared to the other ideas.
Yeah.
This compared to other ideas, this is the first project with low price.
Yeah.
Right. So
We also need to build a toilet, right? For the jungle trekking, right?
Yeah, no,
So-
toilet. Yeah. We have to build a toilet. Good idea, Mr. Nami.
So we need to cut 2 or 3 trees. Yeah.
Human needs.
Yeah, human needs.
Human needs.
the thing is, we don't really necessary to cut a tree.
Yeah.
We get tree from the land, you know.
Mm.
We got woods.
We can build in the open space also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Open space.
Open space area.
You mean building a toilet?
No.
Why we talking about the toilet? Why we talking about the toilet?
Enough toilet.
Enough about the toilet.
Okay, enough this point. Jot down the point, Mr. Izzat. So later we will see about that point. And then any other
Okay, I get new construction cost because budget about.
I'm amazed with Mr. Nami. You always got any point to talk. My personal good employee life.
Actually, I'm the architecture,
You're branding yourself right now.
so I must need some construction, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So construction will cost around 820,000 only. Okay. This construction is about building a wash tower.
Okay.
Okay. By building the wash tower, it also including the backup generator for the wash tower, the fencing, and if you need air conditioning, it's with natural air conditioning, right? Natural.
Naturally.
So we will cut the budget. Okay. So we also provide the security system. Okay. The wash tower is not take a big area of square. So how is that?
Is it watch tower really high tech, you know? They got
No.
air conditioning, everything.
No,
But yeah,
air
I
conditioning.
think I'm gonna agree with that, you know.
You gonna agree?
Yeah. Because they have backup generator.
One question from me. How many person do you think that can be fitted into the watchtower?
I think 10 to 20 is a quite big area.
Watchtowers. What's the height will be of the watchtowers?
100 feet.
So
100 feet and above.
How many watchtowers will be building it?
Just 1 or 2. I think.
1 or 2?
1 or 2. So if it's 2, it will cost 1 million and
So I want to ask you,
yeah.
the price for building one tower is around 800,000.
Yeah.
And what is the purpose of the tower?
The purpose
Yeah, I'm
of-
asking the same question.
Okay.
It's to gain profits.
It's time to answer.
Okay.
So
You're telling that we just going to stand there and watch birds.
Yeah, they.
so
No,
how much?
on the watchtower we provide the binocular. So every
For the tourists.
for the tourists, yeah.
So I
Every
ask,
tourist we need to pay for the
The
for the
service.
entry.
entry.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
pay for
I want to
that.
ask, how much you want to charge for each entry?
Around
Until you earn 800,000. That's very high cost, I tell you.
slowly earning the
Slowly earning.
Yeah, slowly earning.
University they have
Estimated in how many years?
I think I come up with the ideas.
More than
Ah, okay. You need to come with me idea.
I think that idea is a bad idea.
this is a bad idea.
You
You
cannot
know.
bring us many profits.
Okay, I take back my point. It's not my good employee.
So I want to object on that.
Wasting our money.
What happened to the air conditioner?
Here's got no air conditioner.
You see?
Yeah, really.
Natural. So you provide a huge windows or open space area for the natural air conditioning.
Can anyone suggest other points, please?
So I think we have to do something with that. So we just go on. Proceed to others.
So I
He
want
was
to
architect.
So I want to say I got insight from the last meeting from what May say when I built a 5-star hotel.
5 star.
So I think certainly I can light bulb. So
He got a light bulb on his head.
Suddenly,
and then I think last time I was doing an advertising job and I saw the Maldives, the chalet there is very amazing. So I want to tell you about the chalet I want to build. So it's the chalet I suggest that is built is above the sea water. So it's not
It's
sit-
floating.
it's
It's
floating.
floating.
It's floating on the
Floating
sea
like-
water.
yeah.
Yes, and the floor.
Something like
So it's not taking any place on the floor Perhentian Kecil because the place is very small and we built on the sea, so it's not taking any place. So the chalet, the material I choose is more natural using the wood, so it will very environment closer to mother's nature.
He's already an engineer. see?
And then
It's a nice idea, I agree.
the electric is not using very much. It's very because it's very close to nature. So that's my idea.
So,
the budget I estimate is around 50 to 100 million.
50 to 100 million.
But the main point is that the maintenance is has because the using natural material, so it will be
Low maintenance.
we have to
You have to
low maintenance or high
high
maintenance.
maintenance.
High
Because
maintenance.
you have to keep replacing.
Oh.
Because the salt water will be
Yeah.
eroding the things. So,
But
it's a good point suggested by Mr. Albert. Here what I want to ask. If we build as suggested by Mr. Albert, can we build like chalet and then in the middle like having dinner or something like not very deep sea lah, on shallow. Can we build a like dinner like thing? Can-
you have to how to say that to pump more sand to make it more stable because I'm afraid that maybe during monsoon season there will be they will cause a lot of problems.
Well, one thing quite troubling me is that, like Mr. Albert said, we're building the one chalet, floating chalet, right? But the thing is, do you consider the wave? Because as I know, the wave of our ocean is not,
Stable.
it's not calm. So if you build from the wood, would it be affected?
So I think of that. So I chose to place our chalet on the other side of the island so that it wouldn't be affected by the wave a lot. So the wave got direction almost in the monsoon season. It blew from the east to the west. So I placed the chalet on the west of the island so it would not be affected a lot. So
What
just a
if-
little only.
What if when after doing this project, can we build the for current resistance
A barrier.
a barrier to protect the chalets?
So it might add up the cost lah.
And that because of the standing angle.
How much will it cost roughly?
No,
So-
the idea that
so-
will come out.
As suggested by Mr. Albert, we're going to build a chalet in the middle, not middle of the ocean, near the shallow, near the seashore. And then as I add up the point, we're going to build a dinner-like arrangements in the middle of the chalets to have to the tourists to have dinner and the night with the lightings on.
Yeah.
And then as suggested by Mr. Nami to
Build the barrier.
point to help Miss Tanimi's point to build a barrier to stop the current, the strong currents to prevent it. So it's a nice idea. And how much will be the cost? Was previously Mr. Albert said it will take 100 million to build a chalet.
I think for the building the barrier, it will cost around 60,000. And
60,000.
60 to 90, 200. 60 to 100.
I think it should be enough.
200 million. Total cost.
100,000.
1,000.
1,000, you know.
It's less than a million.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm.
Is it there?
So why can't we build say no right the Mr. KY we build previously in another project we build wave generated electricity.
Alright.
So we build together under the chalet lah because the under the chalet will be having some space.
Yeah, we
right?
need a lot of electricity.
So
We're
we
building
build under
something.
there.
We already built the barrier.
So we build near the barrier. When the wave is hitting, it will be generating the current.
The thing it is about the engineering technology.
Yeah, so it's depend on Mr. KY.
Yeah,
So you think could it work?
we have to discuss about that.
Below 240 million. Can
I think it's possible. I think.
Possible, is it?
100 million, and maybe around over there around 1 million, and then maybe over there 80 or 90 million. I think should be okay.
Should be okay.
Should be okay.
So it seems to be a good idea.
So we agree about this.
Hold on first. We still got one point. You have to suggest.
We have
Right.
Seriously, yes, I did.
Seriously, Mr. Secretary, you have to suggest a point. Right, so we jot on the point first. Let's see how. So Secretary, what will be your point?
My point.
Yeah.
I have
what's
something in
the
my mind. I want to build a zoo, you know.
Zoo! Wow! See, very nice, you know.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to be importing
I
the.
think it will be fun, you know. We get forest. So
Are we going to catch wild animals from the forest and putting in the zoo?
I think so.
Really?
Not all, not all. But what bothers me is the thing is we have to about transportation. You know, if you build a zoo, so we have to transport the animal from land and to the island. But it would be fun, you know.
It would be interesting.
So,
Yeah,
the
interesting.
interesting would be the cost.
So in the island.
But
You
because
know.
of transportation, yeah, I think
And then
it will be enough for our cost, you know. I want to be a zoo because we're more to eco-friendly. Because it's a protected island, so I want everything more to nature. Like I
So,
love animals.
rather than the catching the animals and putting in the zoo,
I think it would be a bad idea if you're not catching.
No, I think we
I just think
build
about there's a
animal.
lot of exotic animals there.
We build the pathway and with the fencing.
Oh, more like safari.
yeah.
safari.
Yeah.
same idea as what on my mind.
but we have to
Yeah.
put animal aside. But the other
Animal.
Yeah, we're not gonna
fencing
kill
around the
them.
animal habitat. Right.
So we're going to visit them
Yeah.
yeah,
in a car or some means of
train
transport.
before safety.
So we don't build
No,
a
no.
cage.
Oh, then it's too much cost, right?
really train in the middle of
Somebody.
Like the car used in
yeah. Like, do you know what's the movie Jurassic Park?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yes, right.
But not dinosaur lah.
Yeah.
So we are not affecting the animals and the nature.
Yeah, and then we need just
Basically,
some-
we are in the cage, you know.
Yes.
They're not. We are in the cage, that car.
So that means the cost will be only for the car and
The
the
car, the maintenance and all.
with this, but I think it's less than.
Should be less than
Doesn't cost now.
Less than
I think that's really less than 2 or 4 million.
Yeah.
Okay,
If it
so
is 2 million, it will be a very
no,
super car, you
the
know.
building will be less. Only the maintenance we will need to take care of the animal.
Yeah, and more
Yeah,
maintenance, you know.
But you don't need to take care of the animal very well. They need food, they need maybe medicine.
We don't feed them. We don't feed them. We
They
have to
are
feed
the-
them.
Oh, okay.
They survive. They are.
That's good.
so we need some professionals.
Yeah, you need
We need
yeah,
some staff.
you need to take care of that.
So a lot of staffs, right?
Yes.
So if we need staff means we have to provide them accommodation, our salary.
So we just build the
So-
accommodation.
So basically, we just taking care of that, you know.
We have to.
Because it's
The staff will taking care about the animals, and we have to take care about the staff.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have to build the accommodation for them because we'll be staying in the island, right? So they can't go out.
Mhm.
So it will take extra cost.
Okay, the cost for building a house, in an architect view, it will approximate 85,000 for a basic house.
Basic house.
Basic house. Okay.
It is from
Is it?
cement or from woods.
I think it's,
If we build a wooden house,
I suggest maybe you can build the house elsewhere in the Perhentian Kecil, other than Perhentian, build it at Redang,
Building besar, okay.
Besar, build it at other place because the Perhentian space is very limited. So build other place, save the cost. Build the
So we
hostel.
built it on the Pulau Perhentian besar. It's a bit nearer there.
So they go to work by boat.
so actually what I'm thinking is, let's say we assume we are the tourists, we go to the island, we going there.
Yeah.
Going there, the accommodations is Albert's idea. Staying there, having dinner, and then electricity generated, all that.
Yeah.
See, like it will be costing like 150 million,
Yeah.
right? And then we just not want to go there, have dinner, stay there.
We have to do
There is
something.
some entertainment.
Entertainment.
So
Safari.
So safari and
Younger
canopy walk
experience, you
is a
know.
good thing. So can we merge that two things, like safari plus canopy walk and adventurous things? So at the night, the tourists will be going to the
So before,
night safari.
night safari, for night safari, then we need to install the light in,
Yeah.
or else it'll be too dark for them.
Yeah, so the important is about the island. We need electricity, we need chalet, and something to do. Safaris, you know. Yeah, the extra things like watch tower.
It's not really
No, in that, no, I don't mean that, but we hold on about it. You know,
So frustrating.
It's disappointed.
you need chalet, you need activities. I think you will like the service, you know. I think it should be enough for now.
Yeah.
But
A new island, right?
Yeah, but yeah, should be enough. We don't have to build anything we want, you know.
Yeah.
It's too much.
so if you like this, okay, you're going to build a chalet.
Chalet.
Electricity is free.
Yeah.
Just we need to
Free.
install electrical
Yeah, yeah.
the
Later, right?
generator, eco generator, and then chalet electricity will be generated by it, and then we just going to installation process, blah blah blah, blah like that. So it will be 240 million including the dinner like that, and then the same electricity will be using for the night safari,
Yeah.
right? So same electricity, right? You know, you need some lights. I think lights only cost like more than 10,000 lah, right?
Yeah.
If big light means also like
Spotlight.
1 million lah, as like a budget spotlight, like 1 million for that. So and then night safari at night and adventurous canopy walk for that.
Yeah.
We put a price like per person like 20 or 30, or we put like a theme park package, theme ride like that, like pay 80 ringgit per day, and then you can go canopy walk, night safari, or right.
Just think as a tourist, you know what we want in that.
Right.
So we have the basic what we need, you know.
So what if some of the tourists don't prefer to go for the safari? What will they do? Oh yeah.
Scuba diving.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Or night.
Yes.
No, the thing is,
Party in
No.
The thing is,
no,
we don't do that.
as I researched that another company also is working on this project. Whose phone is that?
This one is under the iPad.
Oh, just ignore that.
Okay, it's not. I think another staff phone in the upper level.
affect the video.
I mean about May's question.
Yes.
So if the tourists, the tourists have to understand that we don't have much, you know. What we gonna do at night?
Actually, there's nothing.
Yeah, right.
Island also, Laura,
Yeah.
also same one.
Just go anywhere.
Can't go anywhere.
I can go anywhere. Another company is working on the project. Another project. I think they're
What?
building scuba diving facilities and wild dolphin riding like that. So I think they can go to that thing, but to get more adventurous, they can come to our next safari.
Yeah.
Chalet, stay, because the staying part is the most important, right? And then we are building from, if we're not affecting the land, we are building on the sea. We're not affecting also. And then, KY, you try to build the constructions more qualitier things lah, so it will be more, right?
So our idea it will be fun, you know. We have two experience, like we can play in the water, and then
Dinner.
we have, if you want the jungle experience, you can go to safari.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So it doesn't seem also. I think we have advantage of that.
So, do you guys all agree with this point?
Yeah.
I don't agree.
So, do you guys agree, right? So,
But to provide more power supply from chalet, accommodation, we need more generator, right?
so I give you 240 million. That's our budget. Until now, we reached 200 million.
So
Here's the thing about that.
So two generator will be more.
2 generators will be enough.
Use money wisely. That's it.
Yeah.
Make it.
Try to make it in less budget, so we can save it and we can get back the money we invested in short period.
Yes.
That's the thing. So in money wise, in the price wise, it's a bit costly, and you guys have to try to make it cheaper in budget, but not above 240 million.
And then provide enough electrical supply
Mm,
for all these things, you know.
And
the
then
thing
not,
about that, so it is a problem.
and not affecting the environment. It's not actually affecting the environment. We're not cutting anything, not suffering. So I think this point is going to further this point, this idea, and we're going to build this. Okay, so you guys agree?
Yeah, it should be enough.
So I like to go through again. We're going to build a chalet near the seashore, and then we'll be having a dinner like decorations in the night. The tourists will be having dinner in the middle of oceans, middle of the chalet lah. And then at night, got night safari, and then they can visit. They can go through, see all the wild animals, and then the electricity is generated by the dam, the barrier built by still with two generators generating the electricity. Right? Did I cover any point? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, in Maze, we had want to do recreational park.
Yeah. His point is canopy walk,
Yeah.
and then mountain climbing. I think we can put the canopy walk and mountain climbing on the evening time lah. So
Yeah.
morning or evening, that's the morning pass. Jump bungee jump.
Yeah, sounds
Bungee jump like that. So I think I will further this idea and making this our project lah.
Project succeed.
So I think all guys agree, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll hereby end my meeting with building chalet, canopy walk, and dinner at the barrier, and I forgot already. We're going to need to financial report, right?
Yeah.
I forgot already.
Yeah, seriously.
Financial report and progress report. What was the progress of previous team sent by our company to the island? We did
Any
send
findings?
any findings?
Pardon?
I think just the same like I asked before, you know.
Oh, you just asked that at the start, right?
The current state.
Oh, current state, is it? Oh,
I think it's the
okay.
same.
Can you repeat again?
Okay. Pulau Perhentian Kecil and Pulau Perhentian Besar have dormitories and campsite. They have their campsite and dormitories. And Pulau Perhentian Kecil is minimum facilities and more secluded. Yes, that's all.
So that's the progress report.
Yeah.
Okay. Financial report. What our accounting team said.
Contingency.
Accounting, I heard that accounting team said that they are only allocating 240 million for budget. So, when will we getting the money to conduct our project? Right?
So who's handle this financial report?
So we need to do
Who
the
handle this?
So,
So where's our money?
like what we have discussed just now about our project and the financial that we need can basically why conclude it. How much budget do we need for each of the development?
Okay, the floating chalet will cost around 100 million, and generator around 1 million, and the last February and the general cooking part will cost around 80 to 90 million total. So total will be 100.
32?
Around 200 million total.
So 200 million lah. And then we got 40 million in the backup if anything goes wrong. So I think the financial report ends there. And then any other business you got? That day you said that the store having problem, water dripping. Is it fixed?
And then I have questions. What's for lunch?
Lunch, you have a problem in lunch. You go to Tratai Cafe and have lunch. Other business, really?
Any other business, you know?
Any other business?
No.
Seriously.
So the storeroom is fixed.
The last part, okay, we need to build to conduct a project proposal on these 3 development.
Yeah.
That's all.
So
With the-
Yeah, I have a problem, you know.
what problem?
When I go to the toilet earlier, I get this pipe, like, yeah, it's leaking, you know.
Splashing.
It just splash on my face when I want to wash myself. So I got problem with that. Yeah, I'm all wet.
That is nonsense.
Seriously, so who's gonna take care of that? You.
Ya kita, I
You are
should
responsible
Go to Pulau Perhentian.
contact the plumber and fix that.
Okay. You can go to
So I would like to end the meeting now. So thank you guys.
Thank you.